unauthorised minutes that edit and change out of all context what they have said in public participation, we now have Portishead Town Council, which is supposed to represent the public, removing the public's names from minutes that are in the public arena for the public to read in order to get an accurate description of which members of the public have raised concerns. If the public have the courage of their convictions, their names should be included. What will happen when we next have a town councillor speaking as a member of the public, misleading the public and fabricating information? Will they be unaccountable for their words? How will someone who has not attended the meeting know which councillor has misled them? If more than one person speaks on the same subject, how will we know who said what? Who will decide when a resident is named and when they are not named? Openness and transparency, this is not. Are you town councillors so afraid of us, members of the public, speaking the truth, that you now wish to erase us from history? What does this Skatepark? It's a shame Don Cameron's not here, but it applies to a few others here as well. Don Cameron's words at the Wreck and Works meeting on the Skatepark were disgraceful, but at least he was consistent. He said the same a few years back. May I ask him and others this question? If a young person said they were bored, would you tell them to buck their ideas up? Well, that is my suggestion to you, very respectfully tonight. Buck up, read the facts on the skatepark, and if you are that bored of a subject that means so much to others, then I suggest you call it a day. Secondly, David Owens, not content with misleading the public on possible skatepark locations, such as Bristol Road again, and other mysterious sites that you claim to be discussing, but which North Somerset Council confirms in writing you are not, and neither is any other Portishead Town or District Councillor, you now mention another location again, which sadly you cannot recall mentioning previously, but you did some time ago. I asked you to read your history at the last Wreck and Works meeting, and just in case you haven't, the land behind the Portishead Medical Group surgery was looked at by North Somerset Council as a skatepark location. I know because I supported it. I would support it again. And if by some miracle you have the funds to purchase the land from the Medical Trust, provide all costs for the skatepark, and get the reasons against the use of this site overridden, then please do. If you are playing more games, then please stop. You are not only making a mockery of yourself, but are doing a disservice to our town's young people who have waited 10 years, over 10 years, to see a political promise fulfilled. The land, incidentally, was deemed by NSC's Environmental Protection Manager, I quote, significantly closer to homes than Kilkenny Fields and other locations, and whilst the ambient noise, primarily from road traffic, is much higher, it would still require the installation of an acoustic barrier. The length of the proposed site would make it difficult to place an effective barrier close to the source, close quote. The letter quotes various scientific calculations and finishes with, quote, for a site that is probably unsuitable, it would not justify the work, close quote. And having spoken to the practice manager today at the Portishead family practice, they are quite intrigued by the suggestion of a skate park there. Now benches. Regarding the benches that the Lions have very kindly offered to donate to our lovely town, I do hope there will be less verbal debate by our town councillors now regarding the type of bench. After all, a bench is a bench. But I have to remind this town council again that during the campaign for the bench reinstatement on the Royal Pier steps and path, I forwarded photos of other benches in locations near residential property to support the bench reinstatement. I was told quite clearly by District Council that the photos, I'm just rounding up, which were of benches on the H&W side of the marina, were provided for the master plan, and that made them acceptable. But putting a bench back where it once stood on a historic local path was not okay. So surely in the spirit of equal treatment and fairness, the same rule would need to apply to any benches on the marina not mentioned in the master plan. We surely cannot have one rule for residents, another for the town council, or indeed the Lions, despite the fact that the Lions have my full support. Thank you.
Mr.